The Galactic Council met once again in the Hall of Worlds. It was a huge room built with glass and stone from many planets. Strange lights floated in the air. The walls moved with soft patterns, showing stars and galaxies. All the leaders of the most powerful alien species were present. Some floated, some crawled, others stood tall on thin legs. They all waited to hear what the Terran representative would say. The humans were new to the council. Earth had joined only 10 years ago. Most of the old species did not take them seriously. Humans had no large empire, no powerful fleets, and their technology was still young. Many on the council believed humans were just lucky to be invited. Still, they had something that made other species curious. Humans had survived wars, diseases, and disasters. They were always changing, always adapting. Today, Ambassador Natalie Brooks from Earth stood in the center. She wore a simple gray suit with a small badge of Earth's flag. She looked calm, her hands behind her back. Her eyes moved slowly across the room, studying the faces of beings from 100 worlds. Some looked like fish, others like trees, some like light. Natalie waited until the hall grew quiet. Earth offers one paratrooper, she said. The room was silent for a moment. Then laughter broke out. First, soft giggles from the Leverine delegation, then loud howls from the Wreck warriors. Even the cold-blooded Synthons let out a buzzing sound. That meant amusement. The air was filled with the sound of voices laughing in many languages. One paratrooper? Asked Chancellor Vell of the Carthan Union, blinking his 3 eyes. Is this a human joke? Surely you mean a squad? A battalion? Said Councillor Grell from the Ithari cluster. A single human will not survive 10 seconds on Andrali's Prime. Natalie kept her face still. He will not need 10 seconds. The laughter grew louder. Some aliens pounded their seats with joy. Others whispered to their aides, shaking their heads. The stronghold on Andrali's Prime was the most guarded place in the galaxy. It floated inside the upper layers of a gas giant hidden in clouds and defended by high-energy shields and powerful weapons. No one had ever entered it without permission. Not even spy drones could reach it. Council leader Morok, an old being, who looked like moving rock, raised his hand. The noise slowly died down. Ambassador Brooks, he said in a slow, deep voice, we ask again, do you truly believe one human can enter our fortress and achieve any success? Natalie nodded. Yes, Morok's stone-like face did not change. Then Earth accepts this mission alone? Yes, she said. No help, no support, just one drop. Murmurs passed through the room. The delegates turned to each other, confused. This was madness. Or maybe it was arrogance. Either way, the human had made her move. The council voted to approve the mission, mostly because they wanted to watch the failure. They believed this would be a lesson for Earth. When the meeting ended, Natalie walked quietly out of the hall. No one stopped her. No one wished her luck. But as she stepped into her ship, a tiny smile appeared on her lips, far away. In low orbit above Andrali's Prime, a black pod floated silently. It did not shine. It did not blink. It had no engines or signal. It used special gravity sails that caught invisible waves from the gas giant below. No one saw it coming. Inside the pod, Lieutenant Kyle Harper sat still, eyes closed. His hands rested on his knees. He wore dark armor that fit closely to his body. Tiny machines moved inside the suit, checking his heartbeat, temperature, and focus. His short brown hair was damp with sweat, but his face showed no fear. A soft voice spoke in his ear. Drop zone in 20 seconds. Copy that, Kyle replied. Any detection? Negative. All enemy sensors offline or misdirected. You are a ghost. The voice came from Iris, an AI built by Earth's best engineers. She lived inside his suit, in the armor, in the weapon, in the helmet. She was more than software. She was his partner. Kyle opened his eyes. Then let's show them what one human can do. The pod tilted. Silent brakes shifted its path. It sliced through the top clouds of the gas. Giant, storm swirled around it. Lightning flashed outside. Kyle felt the pressure rise as the stronghold came into view below. It looked like a huge flower made of metal, floating in red and orange clouds. Guns lined the edges. Drones buzzed through the air. "Dropping now," Iris said, with a soft hiss. The pod broke open. Kyle flew out, guided by small jets on his back and legs, his armor adjusted every second. Wind screamed past him, but he fell straight, smooth, unseen. In his hands was a railgun built to change shape. His boots could stick to any surface. The helmet adjusted his vision, showing paths and threats in red. No alarm sounded. No ships launched? The council had laughed too hard to check. In one long breath, Kyle landed on the upper deck of the stronghold. The sound was light, like a whisper. No explosion, no crash, just a quiet step. "Touchdown complete," Iris said. "Welcome to the most secure place in the galaxy." Kyle looked around. The metal floor beneath him was clean. The sky above boiled with red clouds. No one was in sight. "Time to go to work," he said, and with that the human ghost began to move. The stronghold was quiet. Kyle Harper moved carefully across the metal floor, his boots making no sound. The air was thick and warm. Soft lights glowed along the walls, casting long shadows. Above him, the sky was hidden by swirling clouds of red and gold. Below him, the stronghold floated above storms that could tear a ship apart. "No patrols nearby?" Iris said in his ear. Her voice was calm. "Security is weak at this level." "They really didn't expect anyone to come here," Kyle whispered. He reached a door made of smooth black metal. There was no handle, only a glowing panel. He touched it with his glove. Nothing happened. "Can you open it?" he asked. "Working on it," Iris replied. He waited. A few seconds passed. Then the door made a soft click and slid open. Kyle raised his railgun and stepped inside. The hallway beyond was wide and bright. The walls were covered with strange symbols, moving slowly like liquid. He didn't stop to look at them. He moved quickly, following the map Iris showed on his. "Helmet screen, your target is the main data node," Iris said. "It's deep in the center of the structure, very high security." "Then we go through it, not around it," Kyle said. They passed through empty rooms and long corridors. Most of the doors opened with Iris's help. A few required small charges. Kyle placed them gently, waited for the soft flash, then moved on. He avoided cameras. Iris blinded or confused the sensors as they moved. Then, finally, they saw the first guard. A tall creature stood at the end of a hallway. Its body was made of silver plates, and it held a long energy blade. It had no face, only a red light where eyes should be. The guard did not move. "Can we sneak past it?" Kyle asked. "No," Iris replied. "Its sensors are too strong." "All right." Kyle aimed his railgun and fired. The shot was fast and silent. It hit the guard in the chest. The red light blinked out. The guard dropped to the ground without a sound. "That was clean," Iris said. "Keep moving," Kyle said. More guards came soon after. Some were machines. Others were living beings with thick armor and strange weapons. Kyle avoided fights when he could, but when he had to fight, he moved fast and hit hard. His armor took some hits, but it held. Iris guided him, warned him, helped him stay one step ahead. After an hour, Kyle reached a large chamber. It had high walls and a glass ceiling. Strange flying drones moved above, scanning the area. Below them, a squad of guards stood near another black door. "We need to go through there," Iris said. Kyle nodded. "Suggestions?" "You can cause a distraction or go loud." Kyle looked around. There was a fuel pipe along the wall. He aimed at it and fired. The pipe burst with a loud bang. Fire spilled across the floor. The guards turned and shouted. Kyle ran through the smoke and hit the closest one. He used his railgun like a club. Another guard raised a weapon, but Kyle was faster. A quick shot ended it. He reached the door and pressed the panel, locked. "Iris." 10 seconds, she replied. The drones above started to move toward him. He dropped a small flash device. It exploded with a bright light. The drones shook in the air. "Open," Iris said. The door slid open. Kyle jumped through and rolled on the floor. The door closed behind him. He stood up and looked around. This room was quiet. It was round and filled with machines. In the center was a glowing orb. Lines of light moved through the floor, all going to the orb. "This is the data node," Iris said. "We made it." Kyle walked up to the orb. It pulsed with soft light. It was the brain of the stronghold, the control for everything. "I can't destroy it," he said. "No," Iris replied. "But we can change it, confuse it, make it send wrong signals." Kyle placed a device on the floor and connected it to the orb. Iris moved into the system. "Working now," she said. While she worked, Kyle stood guard. He watched the door. His railgun was ready. "This place is too easy," he said. "Why?" "They were proud," Iris replied. "They believed no one could ever get here. They believed they were safe." Minutes passed, then the lights flickered. "Done," Iris said. "I scrambled the command codes. The stronghold won't know what is real anymore. They'll think the enemy is everywhere." "Good," Kyle said. He picked up the device. "Now we leave. Exit route is risky," Iris warned. "But possible. Follow the path I give you." Kyle ran back through the door. The drones were still confused. The guards were fighting shadows. Iris had made the security systems think there were intruders everywhere. Some guards even fired at each other. He moved fast. He used smoke, shadows, and speed. Twice he had to fight. Once he barely escaped a blast from a plasma turret. But he kept moving. Finally, he reached the outer deck again. His extraction point, a small glider, floated just above the edge. It was black and silent, built for stealth. It was invisible to sensors. Kyle jumped and grabbed the side. The glider pulled him in. "Extraction complete," Iris said. "We did it." Kyle sat back and took a deep breath. "They won't laugh now." "No," Iris replied. "They'll remember." As the glider vanished into the clouds, alarms began to rise across the stronghold. But it was too late. The human had come and gone. One man, one mission, and the galaxy would never forget. The glider moved quietly through the clouds of Andralis Prime. Kyle sat inside, watching the storm outside. Lightning danced in the red sky. Wind pushed hard against the small craft, but the glider stayed steady. It was designed for stealth and speed, made for missions like this. "No sign of pursuit," Iris said. Her voice was calm. "We are almost out of the danger zone." Kyle leaned back and took a slow breath. His body ached. His armor had small burns and cracks. His arms were tired. But his mind was still sharp. "How bad did we hit them?" he asked. "Very bad," Iris replied. "Their command system is in chaos. Their security thinks enemies are everywhere. Even now, they are locking down parts of the stronghold to trap ghosts." "Good," Kyle said. "Let them panic." The glider rose higher, moving away from the storm. Soon they passed through the top layer of clouds. Above them, the stars were bright. A small human ship waited there. It looked like a dark rock floating in space. The glider docked with it. Kyle stepped inside and closed the hatch. He removed his helmet and sat down. His brown hair was wet with sweat. His face had small cuts, but he didn't care. "Let's go home," he said. The ship jumped into faster-than-light travel. The stars turned into lines. The mission was complete. Back on Earth, news spread quickly. The council had not said anything, but whispers passed through back channels. Something had happened at the stronghold. Security systems had gone mad. Guards had turned on each other. Systems had crashed. And someone had gotten in. In the Earth Command Center, high in the Andes Mountains, a group of leaders watched the report. Natalie Brooks stood with them, arms crossed. "We proved our point," she said. "Now we wait for their reply." General Daniel Cross, a tall man with gray hair, nodded. "You sent one soldier to the most guarded place in the galaxy. And he came back." "That was the goal," Natalie said. "Not just to win, but to show them what humans can do." News reached the Galactic Council 2 days later. At first they refused to believe it. They checked every system. They interviewed every guard. They ran tests again and again. But the truth was clear. A human had broken into their most secure stronghold, alone. The council called an emergency meeting. The Hall of Worlds was full. No one laughed this time. No one smiled. Council. Leader Murok stood and looked around. His stone-like face was hard. Earth has shown us something, he said. Something we did not expect. He turned to the center of the room where Natalie now stood again. You said one paratrooper, Murok said. Now we understand. Natalie did not. Smile. We asked for a chance to be taken seriously. That chance has now passed. You saw what one soldier can do. Think what 10 can do, or 100. Some delegates shifted in their seats, others looked down. We do not wish for war, Natalie said. We want peace. But if you ignore us, we will make you notice. If you threaten us, we will act. Silence filled the room, then slowly one delegate clapped, then another. Soon, many in the hall joined, not all, but enough. After the meeting, some worlds sent messages to Earth. They wanted to learn more. They wanted trade, talks, and training. A few still held anger in their hearts, but they knew better than to speak it out loud. Kyle Harper returned to Earth quietly. There was no parade, no camera waiting, just a small room and a quiet base. He was happy with that. He sat in a chair, holding a cup of hot tea. Across from him sat Natalie. You did well, she said. Just doing my job, Kyle replied. A big job. He looked out the window. Mountains rose in the distance, covered with snow. The sky was blue and peaceful. You think they'll try to get back at us? He asked. Some will, Natalie said. But they will fail now they know who we are, Kyle nodded. Next time, maybe we send a team. She smiled. Maybe, or maybe one is still enough, he laughed softly. Let's hope we don't have to. Far across space, in dark rooms and secret labs, other species watched. They studied the reports. They played the recordings. And they asked one question. Again and again, how did one human do this? The answer was not in the armor, or the weapon, or the ship. It was in the heart. The will to finish the mission. The courage to go alone. The belief that no wall is too strong, no sky too high. Kyle Harper had walked into a fortress where none had gone. And he had returned. Now the galaxy watched Earth with new eyes, and Earth was just getting started. The stars outside the ship moved slowly. Lisa sat near the window, watching them pass. She held a small metal pin in her hand. It was the symbol of her team. They had earned it on Station Varus. She had not taken it off since. Across the room, Kyle leaned against the wall. He was watching her. You did well, he said. We all did, Lisa replied. Kyle nodded. You ready for the next mission? Always. Earth Command had changed. After the mission on Station Varus, many leaders in the Galactic Council now respected Earth. Some feared it. Others wanted to work with it. Earth had become more than just a new voice. It had become a power, but not all were happy. In the cold shadows of space, a group of old enemies met in secret. They were not part of the Council. They had watched Earth grow from a small voice to a strong hand. They had seen humans fight, win, and return. Now they wanted to stop it. The leader of this group was a being named Vorex. His body was made of black stone and fire. His voice was cold. They grow too fast, Vorex said. We must act. A second being, tall and thin with green skin, nodded. We strike before they get stronger. Where? Asked a third. Earth, Vorex said. We send a message. Plans were made. A weapon was built. It was not large, but it was fast and quiet. It was called the Shadow Lance. It could reach Earth without being seen. Back on Earth, Iris noticed strange signals in deep space. She called Natalie. Something is coming, Iris said. Natalie frowned. Show me. The data was small but clear. A signal moved fast toward Earth. No ID, no lights, just cold silence. Get Kyle and Lisa, Natalie said. Now, in the command room, the team met. Kyle, Lisa, Iris, and Natalie looked at the map. This is no accident, Kyle said. It's a test, Lisa said. They want to see if we can stop it. Then let's stop it, Natalie said. A new plan was made. A small ship would meet the Shadow Lance in deep space. It would carry Lisa and her team. They would board the enemy weapon and shut it down. This may be a one-way trip, Kyle warned. We go anyway, Lisa said. The team launched into space. Their ship flew fast and dark. Soon they saw the shadow lance. It looked like a black arrow moving through the stars. They attached a hook line and crossed in space. Quietly they entered through a side hatch. Inside, the ship was empty and dark. Only red lights glowed on the walls. Lisa moved first. Her team followed. Find the core, she whispered. The ship had many traps, lasers, gas, heat. But the team moved fast and careful. They reached the core in 10 minutes. The core was a ball of light. Around it, strange energy pulsed. Can we stop it? One soldier asked. Lisa looked at the controls. Alien symbols flashed fast. Iris, she called. We need help. Back on Earth. Iris worked fast. She translated the symbols. Then she sent a plan. Cut the blue wire, she said. Then press the square symbol. Lisa did it. The core slowed, the lights dimmed. The ship stopped moving. It worked, someone said. Then a voice echoed. Through the ship. It was Vorex? You stopped one ship, he said. But more will come, Lisa looked up. Then we'll stop them all. They set charges inside the ship and left. From their small ship, they watched the shadow lance explode. A bright light filled space. Then faded. Back on Earth, there was silence for a moment. Then cheers. They did it, Natalie said. They stopped it. But she knew it was only the start. She met with leaders in the command center. We need to be ready, she said. More enemies will come. We need allies, teams, better defense. They agreed. Soon, Earth began to build a new defense ring. More training bases opened. New teams formed. Lisa helped train the new soldiers. Kyle led secret missions. Iris built better systems, and the galaxy watched. Some feared. Some respected. Some planned. But Earth was ready, and they would not fall. Lisa stood in front of a large screen. A new map of space was shown. Red zones marked places of danger. Blue zones showed Earth allies. New yellow marks were blinking. What are those? She asked. Unknown fleets, Iris answered. They are gathering in Sector 9. They may be connected to Vorex. Kyle entered the room with a message in his hand. We just got this, a call for help. One of our new allies was attacked. Their base is gone. Survivors need help. Natalie joined them. We can send ships, she said, but we must be careful. This could be a trap, Lisa looked at the screen. It doesn't matter. They asked for help. We will go. 3 ships left Earth that day. Lisa was on the lead ship. Kyle and Natalie were in command centers. Iris stayed back to watch the data. As they reached the edge of Sector 9, they found the remains of a station. Metal parts floated in silence. No lights, no movement. Check for life signs, Lisa said. One small signal blinked. A pod was floating nearby. Inside, a wounded alien held a device. They came from the dark, the alien said. We tried to fight. They had cloaked ships. We didn't see them until it was too late. Lisa looked at the others. We need to find out who these enemies are. Back on Earth, Iris found strange energy trails near the edge of the galaxy. She sent the data to Lisa. These trails lead to a system we have never explored, Iris said. Lisa gave the order. Take us there. Their ship moved forward. Stars changed. Darkness grew. Then they saw it. A huge station hidden behind a broken moon. It was black and red. Ships moved in and out like ants. This was a war base. Now we know, Kyle said. This is where the next attack will come from, Natalie called for a meeting. We must act. We cannot wait. If they strike first, we may not stop them, Earth leaders voted. The answer was yes. A large fleet formed. Ships from Earth, Mars, and many allies joined. It was the biggest fleet humans had ever sent. Lisa stood at the front of her ship. This is not just a fight for Earth, she said. This is for every world that wants peace. We go together. The fleet moved. The battle that followed was hard. Lasers lit the sky. Ships burned. People fought. Lisa and her team landed on the enemy station. They moved fast, just like they had trained. They reached the main control room. Vorex was there. You should have stayed home, Vorex said. We don't run, Lisa said. Not from people like you. They fought. The station shook. Lisa hit the final control. The station began to fall apart. "Time to go," Kyle shouted. They ran. A ship picked them up just in time. Behind them, the enemy station exploded. Back on Earth, people cheered. The danger had passed. For now, Lisa looked at the sky. "We are still here," she said, "and they would always be ready." The celebration on Earth lasted for days. People filled the streets, waving flags and lighting candles in windows. News channels played the victory over and over. Lisa watched from a quiet room in the command center. She did not smile. Her body was tired. Her mind was still in space. Kyle stood beside her. He held 2 cups of water and handed her one. "You should rest," he said. Lisa shook her head. "We lost too many," Kyle nodded. "But we saved many more." The door opened and Natalie stepped in. She looked calm, but her voice was sharp. "We have more to do," she said. "A new signal just came in." Kyle raised an eyebrow. "Another attack?" Natalie walked to the screen and tapped the controls. A map of the galaxy appeared. A red dot blinked near the edge. "Not an attack," she said. "A message." Lisa stepped forward. "From who?" "No name," Natalie said. "But it's not from our known enemies." They played the signal. A strange voice spoke. It was not clear, but it was not full of hate. It sounded tired. It asked for peace. It asked to meet. Kyle crossed his arms. "Could be a trick," Natalie looked at Lisa, "or a real chance." Lisa nodded slowly. "We can't win by fighting forever." Iris joined them on screen from her station. "I checked the signal. It's real." It came from a ship near the border of dark space. Lisa took a deep breath. "Then we go," the small team prepared. A single ship would be sent, no weapons raised, only shields and light crew. Lisa would go. Kyle would stay behind this time. Watching from Earth. "You sure about this?" Kyle asked her as she stood near the ship. "We need to know if peace is possible," she said. "If we don't try, we'll never stop fighting." The ship moved through space slowly. It passed old battlegrounds, broken stations, and cold moons. At last, it reached the edge. There, in the quiet dark, floated a single ship. It looked old, not from the Council. Not from Earth, something else. Lisa sent a message. "This is Captain Lisa from Earth. We received your signal." There was silence for a long time. Then the ship answered. "You came." A door opened. Lisa entered alone. The hallway inside was soft and gray. Lights glowed like stars. At the end, she met the one who sent the signal. It was not a being of war. It was old, thin. Its skin was like glass. Its eyes were full of stories. "We watched your people," it said. "We feared you. Now we are not sure. Why call us now?" Lisa asked. "Because you did not destroy for power. You fought to protect." Lisa nodded. "We want peace." The being moved closer. "Then listen. A greater danger is coming, not from us, not from your old enemies, from beyond." Lisa's eyes narrowed. "What is it?" "A force that eats stars. It sleeps now, but soon it will wake. We saw signs. Long ago it came. We ran, we hid. Others were not so lucky." Lisa felt cold. "Why tell us?" "Because you may be the only ones who can fight it." Back on Earth, Iris watched the readings from Lisa's ship. Energy was rising near that part of space. Natalie stood beside her. "What do you see?" "Something strange, something big. Like a wave, but not water, not fire, something ... empty." Lisa returned with a small crystal from the meeting. She placed it on the command table. A map opened in the air. It showed a black cloud moving across many stars. "This is what's coming," she said. "It does not speak. It does not stop." Kyle looked at the map. "How long?" "Not long," Lisa said. "We must prepare." Earth called a new meeting of the Council. This time, more members came. Even those who had not supported Earth before. They had seen what humans had done. And now they feared the same enemy. Lisa stood before them. Her voice was calm but strong. "We have fought before. We will fight again, but not for pride, not for control. We fight to save all of us," the Council agreed. A new plan was made. Earth would lead a joint force, not to attack, but to prepare. To build, to study, to learn, Lisa returned to training. Kyle helped design stronger ships. Iris worked with the old being who sent the warning. Natalie spoke with leaders across the stars. Time passed. Small signs of the dark force began to appear. Stars flickered and died, planets lost light. A quiet fear spread, but Earth did not fall back. It moved forward. One day, a signal came again. The dark force had touched the edge of a distant system. A scout ship was lost. Lisa looked at the crew. It's time. The fleet launched again. This time they were not alone. Ships from 5 worlds followed. Together they flew toward the edge. They saw the dark cloud. It moved without sound. It pulled light into itself. No shape, no mind. Just hunger. The battle began. Lasers did not stop it. Missiles failed. Then Iris found something, a frequency. A light wave. When fired into the cloud, it pushed back the darkness. Lisa gave the order. Use the wave. The ships changed weapons. They fired together. Light filled space. The dark cloud slowed. Then it stopped. A moment passed. Then the cloud broke apart. Cheers filled the ships. The crew hugged each other. Messages were sent back to Earth. They had done it, but Lisa stayed quiet. She watched the stars. It was only a piece, she said. The real one is still sleeping. Kyle's voice came through. Then we'll be ready, Lisa smiled. Yes, we will. Back on Earth, children played under a clear sky. People worked, built, and hoped. The stars shone above them, full of danger and wonder, and Earth stood, strong and ready, not alone, but together, forever watching, forever human.